Hey, this is Jason,
This is
and I'm
Travis.
Hey Travis, and we're here. We are the QBs on Wheels here with night number two of our show. Typically on Tuesday nights, we're gonna kind of do the unsung heroes, and but unfortunately, that's all there is right now. It's preseason. All we're seeing is loads of second and third string guys, and we've seen some good performances, but let's face it, half these guys aren't going to be around next week. So let's talk a little bit about the Hall of Fame. The 2019 class was recently inducted, so if we're going to normally talk about the bench warmers on Tuesday night, this will be a nice change because this Tuesday we're talking about some of the greatest players of all time. Once you start us off, this year was the year of the D. Actually four players that are defensive specialists made the Hall of Fame, and that's pretty unusual. So tell us about some of those, Travis.
Yeah, the most notable guys, like the guys that I've watched growing up. I'm going to start with the boss man, safety, Ed Reed, baby. Played for the Baltimore Ravens, never another team that's very not common. Like, usually people get traded and stuff, but he was on the same team his whole career, so that was awesome.
Yeah, you
He's
gotta respect that.
Yeah, he's seventh all time in interceptions with 64. He has 9 TDs, 6 sacks, 1,590 interception yards. So that's pretty crazy for a safety. But he was such a ball hawk; it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I
Um,
think that guy had like magnets in his gloves that just
yeah,
sucked paste into him.
yeah, it was crazy. Another guy though that had similar career, but not maybe not as great, Champ Bailey. Most notable team was the Broncos. He did play for a couple other teams, but that's his most notable team was the Broncos. He's 26th in all-time interceptions. He has 52 interceptions, 3 sacks, 203 pass deflections, and 908 tackles. So that's some stats, man. He's been around the field a little bit. And he played with some good quarterbacks too. Peyton Manning out there, and Ty Law. Ty Law played for the New England Patriots. He played for a couple other teams like Champ Bailey, but his most notable team was the New England Patriots. He's 24th all-time interceptions with 53, 7 touchdowns, 5 sacks, and 838 tackles. He was all over the field too.
Now, in the tradition of Benchwarmer Tuesday, I'm going to tell you a little bit about two guys that didn't make the cut for this year's Hall that I think they got to be considered for next year. So starting on defense, John Lynch. Uh, John Lynch was a force on every team that he's been on. I like this guy a lot. He's smart. Played for Stanford. You don't get into Stanford just being good at football. And he was on the Bucks team that won the Super Bowl. He did play for the Broncos for a bit as well. And he had not unbelievable stats, but very solid performance his entire career. Over 400 solo tackles. Um, John Lynch was always a presence on the field.
In my opinion, he should have made it.
This is actually the sixth time that he's been on the short list.
That's crazy.
And yeah, it's just one of those things. I think honestly, this year he probably would have made it, except for the huge field of talent that the Ed Reeds of the world. You can't pass them up in their first year of eligibility.
Yeah, I agree. I see that.
Speaking of the first year guys, who on offense was definitely going to make it?
My favorite tight end of all time, baby. Played for Kansas City to start his career and had a phenomenal career, but ended it with the Atlanta Falcons. He did amazing things for us. He made Matt Ryan look good. But
It,
talking about Tony Gonzales, baby,
yeah.
second all time in receptions. Second
No,
time, not just for tight ends, all time.
yep.
He's sixth all time in yards. Now that's all time. He's first by a tight end, but sixth all time. Even receivers, everybody.
It's funny. I always had him on my fantasy team whenever I could get it. And basically, if you had Tony Gonzales as your fantasy tight end, you actually had a second receiver
Yeah,
because
easy.
he put up numbers every week.
Easy.
Let me ask this: as a huge Matt Ryan fan, how much did Tony Gonzales help Matt Ryan early in his career, being able to spread the ball around like that?
Well, between Tony Gonzales, Roddy White, and Julio Jones, right when Julio Jones got in the NFL, I don't know. I don't think there's any receiving core that was better at that time, in my opinion. I mean, and that's just not me being an Atlanta Falcons fan. That's just common sense. Like,
Having a guy you can dump it off to, you know, Romo had Jason Witten. Before that, Troy Aikman had Jay Novacek,
yeah,
and that just changes your whole offense. Is having a tight end that actually can catch a ball.
yeah.
And I I love the tight ends for the Cowboys, but nobody was better than Tony Gonzales, definitely.
No, Tony Gonzalez he was the best tight end, maybe even one of the best receivers of all times. He had amazing hands. It was unbelievable. Like you threw it his way, you're catching it. Like you don't have to be scared about throwing it. He's catching that ball.
The other thing I loved about Tony is he catches the ball and then he's hurting somebody
Yeah,
because
he'll
he,
get low.
he was not an easy guy to bring down. You
No,
know,
big boy.
he was a big boy, power runner. He easily could have been a running fullback just by the way he could move the ball, but those hands were amazing.
Now I told you what where he ranks all the time, but I do want to give the stats out. He has
Yeah,
he has 1,325 receptions, 15,127 receiving yards, and a 111 touchdowns.
I think he and Witten are the only two tight ends with 1,000 receptions.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yep, unbelievable. Speaking of unbelievable, I have to say it's unbelievable to me
This blows my mind, by the way.
that Isaac Bruce was passed up for the third year in a row. And yeah, let me just hit the highlights of Isaac Bruce. 1,024 receptions, 15.0 average yards per reception, and 15,424 yards. Seventh of all time. At the time in his career when he set the mark, he was second of all time, only behind the great Jerry Rice. How this guy is not in the Hall blows me away. I mean, he led the Rams to a Super Bowl. Just the perennial difference maker. The only thing that I can figure at all is he was one of these guys that became much less effective in his last couple of seasons.
Yeah.
He dropped off a bit, um, switched teams, but yeah, I mean, as I say, it blows me away that he isn't on the Premier list. I think he's seventh all time now
That's crazy.
in receiving yards, and
He definitely deserves it.
everybody else up in that list is in the Hall already.
That's crazy.
So Isaac Bruce, my official nominee for next year, the Hall has to do him justice.
I second that.
This has been great fun. Anything else you got for us tonight?
Well, I know there's a bunch of games on right now, preseason. It's nothing really crazy exciting, but I don't know. I'm just keeping my eye on a couple rookies that I'm hoping do the Falcons justice this year. I know you're a Dallas fan. I see that smirk.
That's all right. Are the Falcons are playing right now? Are they still in the lead?
They were up 19-13 last time I checked.
All right. We'll be back and we'll let you know if Travis was celebrating tonight or crying himself to sleep. All right, brother.
All right.
We're out. Have a good night, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.